For the position of Secretary of State, Convocation. For the position of Lieutenant Governor is Braden Fontenot. And for the position of Governor is Hudson Smith.
With great pleasure, I introduce to you the State Party Chairman for the Nationalist Party.
It's a pleasure to introduce the national nominee for the state office representing the Nationalist Party. Our candidate for the position of insurance. For the position of agriculture is Josh Wilson. For the position of treasurer, position of Attorney General, Ashton O. For the position of Secretary of State, Evan Brown. For the position of Lieutenant Governor, Cameron Jordan. For the position of Governor is Joshua Wilson. Welcome in, Bleach King, man of the people, Speaker of Tucson, the one and only unanimous voted candidate of the Nationals, Topher Wilson.
Good morning, Louisiana Boys State. I'm Topher Wilson, and I'm asking for your vote to be your next state commissioner of insurance. Because when you're in a jam or a crash, Wilson will save you cash. I'll be honest, insurance is complicated. Premiums are very expensive, bills come out of nowhere, and most people have no idea where their money's going. That's the issue, but I'm here with the solution. First, transparency. As Commissioner of Insurance, I'll make sure that you know exactly what's happening with your money, where it's going, what it's being spent on, and where the people's money is going, excuse me. The good people of Louisiana Boys State deserve plain English explanations, not loopholes and small print. Second, we're reducing premiums. How, you may be asking. We end the days with few large insurance companies who get to dictate terms. By promoting competition, bringing more providers in, and keeping the ones we have honest, we'll ensure they complete your business and they do not compete for your business. Here's the bold step. I'm proposing that we create a free, publicly funded healthcare, not on higher taxes, but on tax incentives, targeted to encourage businesses to invest in our people. It's bold, it's smart, and most importantly, it's here for you. This is not about control, it's about protection. Protection for your wallet, protection for your health, and protection for your future. So I'll leave you with this. When you are in a jam or a crash, Wilson will save you cash. Vote Topher Wilson, Commissioner of Insurance. Thank you all.
Next up for Commissioner of Insurance would be Justin Williams from Pearl Parish. Joining us with this campaign.
Morning. When I think of insurance as of now, I think corrupt. When y'all think of insurance after electing me, I want fairness to storm y'all minds. Now, some may not notice the impact of insurance as of now, but insurance on average has increased 40% annually since 2021, which is a crazy margin. Free health insurance sounds good, but this is reality, and it will increase taxes on the community. Now, although I come with the Federalists, I stand with the state. I will ensure and push for laws stating insurance companies cut down as premiums are through the roof. I'll even give Jake from State Farm a personal call. Now, I'm qualified for this position due to my active roles in the state, such as sheriff, PC, and sergeant at arms. My values/morals are transparency and fairness. I stress transparency due to the fact that people need to know exactly what they are paying for and where that money is going because families work hard so every dollar counts. I stress fairness due to my community needing affordable prices on insurance. I aim to do that by referring citizens to the smaller corporation, which makes the field more competitive, which in fact will cause them to drop their prices. Now, the amount of poverty in this state is not to my liking. As your commissioner of insurance, I will stand to change that. As of right now, insurance is a scam, but voting for me for commissioner of insurance would ensure that you can live your life stress-free if an accident occurs. For commissioner of insurance, vote Justin Williams.
Next up, we have a man of many different talents. Give it up for Commissioner of Agriculture, Blaise Hairberry.
Good morning, fellow citizens. My name is Blaise Hairberry, and I'm running to be your next Commissioner of Agriculture. Coming from a hardworking family, when I was in the 6th grade, I began searching for my first job. I called my dad, and he sent me a list of local farmers. I called the first one, and he hired me right then. I worked for him for 4 years. Thank God was watching over me and put me where I am today. To this day, I am continuing to learn the importance of agriculture in our world. Have you ever flipped four-wheelers, gotten a tractor stuck the first day on the job? What about cutting a motor open on a combine, running an excavator out of oil, blowing up a side-by-side, getting stuck in a rice bin, running a crawfish catering company, or holding the office of 4-H and FFA president for your school for 2 years? What about an internship with John Deere to be a diesel mechanic? How about that for passion? Most importantly, agriculture has taught me how to communicate with people of all ages, help me with hands-on mechanics and with hands-on learning and growing. You probably think of farming agriculture as just driving a tractor, but it's not. Louisiana is known for its catered foods like jambalaya, gumbo, boiled crawfish, crawfish etouffee, king cakes, and rice and gravy. Here in Louisiana, agriculture is one of our largest industries. As your commissioner, I will be a voice for innovation and sustainability. I believe in protecting our land, supporting our farmers, and building a future where agriculture continues to thrive, not just for today, but for the next generation. I want to make agriculture more accessible by educating students, encouraging agribusiness internships. I'm here to lead. I will work with every one of you, no matter your city or parish, to make smart, forward-thinking policies, and I will always be open to your ideas. Louisiana's future is growing, literally. Let's make sure it's growing strong. Vote Blaise Hairberry for Commissioner of Agriculture, and let's plant the seeds of progress together. Thank you.
Next up is Jaco Teacher. You might know him as his name, but has definitely seen his rifle during this week. The national snowman for the Division of Agriculture, your favorite age in life.
Hello. NBA star Yao Ming once said, "I'm just one of the 1.3 billion Chinese." Like Yao, I'm just one of hundreds of Boys State citizens here today. And like Yao, who entered a league where no one expected a guy from China to dominate, I'm stepping into a role where no one expects someone like me to belong. But if Yao taught me anything, it's that sometimes you've got to step onto the court, even if it's not built for you. And that's exactly what Boys State's pushed me to do. I stepped out of my comfort zone. I started a chant. I ran for office. I wore this straw hat in front of hundreds of people. Because here, no matter where you come from, you get a chance to lead. My name is Jaco Teacher, and I'm the Nationalist Party's candidate for Commissioner of Agriculture. In my family, big dinners mean gathering around the round table with a spinning glass tray in the center. Everyone brought a dish, dumplings, vegetables, fish, and we'd take turns sharing. No one grabbed, no one hoarded. The table made sure everyone got something. But the rice, that always disappeared first. Because rice wasn't fancy, it was dependable. It brought everything together. It made everyone feel included. That's how I see agriculture in Louisiana. It's not just about crops or profit, it's about the people. It's about bringing communities together and making sure no one is left out. That's why I created the Rice Nation, RICE, Rural Investments Crop Expansion. We'll invest in roads, broadband, and infrastructure so every parish can thrive. We'll help farmers grow smarter, reach local markets, and keep our state fed. Agriculture isn't just an industry, it's a relationship. And when we invest it, we build a Louisiana that's more connected, more resilient, and more united. So no, I'm not the expected choice, but rice isn't flashy either. It's just essential. And like rice, I'm here to do the work that matters. Let's build a Louisiana that feeds itself, supports its farmers, and brings everyone to the table. One harvest, one parish, one plate at a time. My name is Jai Paticha, and I'm ready to grow the Rice Nation with you. Thank you.
Welcome to the stage, Julian Lee. He is in Kane Parish, he is a son of God, and is centered in Christ.
Okay, now as many of you know, he did just say I am centered in Christ, and now I feel like I need to go over what that means. To be centered in Christ means that I will go to God on everything before I actually make a decision on it. I'll do things the honest way. I will listen to you, and I will have y'all's best interests at heart. Now, for my campaign is that I will eventually divert 10% of Louisiana state funds to a trust fund that would then fund outreaches that can be sponsored by any group that would include churches and other organizations that would support mental health, homeless shelters, and rehab centers. So all of those facilities will receive a 10% increase on their funding to then go out and provide their outreaches. Now, for me as a person, I'd say that many of y'all might not agree with how I will run this campaign and how I will run this position. But I would say if you don't agree with how I run it, do not vote for me because I'm not changing it. Now, if you don't agree with how I'm going to run this, vote Rusty. Don't vote me. I will stand 10 toes down for Christ on this. Thank you.
Give it up for give it up for our treasurer, John Lee. Give it up for our treasurer, Rusty Miller.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? Good morning, Boys State. My name is Rusty Miller. I'm your Federalist candidate for the position of State Treasurer. Introductions out the way, let's dive into it. Based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, humans need 1, food, shelter, 2, safety, and finally, esteem, or the desire to be the best version of oneself. These needs can be met by decreasing poverty rates, improving our roads and their safety, and improving our education system. Do you know where Louisiana ranks in terms of overall education? We're ranked 46th. And in terms of infrastructure, we're ranked even lower at number 48. On top of that, Louisiana also has one of the highest poverty rates in the entire country. To fix this, I propose a policy that will allocate an extra 5% of government funding into these issues to make up for the 15% decrease in total government funding. I'll also raise state income taxes by 0.5%. Moving on, I believe the treasurer should be unbiased and shouldn't let their beliefs interfere with their policy. Louisiana has a state budget of $45 billion. And if 10% of that was put into programs my opponent Julian is supporting, then that would be $4.5 billion that wouldn't be put towards our infrastructure or our school system.
Furthermore, policies such as my opponents will be tried in the federal courts and ultimately will not pass. This will create more chaos and is not a net benefit to you, the people. With me as treasurer, I will ensure not just financial benefits, but moral benefits as well. I want to be the voice and the leader for every single person here, not just one group. So if you like money as much as I do, then vote Rusty, because Busty will bust the bank's wallet.
Alright. For this next position, introducing a man who got up for this position and decided to give it all he had. A man who decides that today is going to be the day where he is going to make changes. Give it up for the position of Attorney General, Alex Gial.
Good morning, Louisiana Boys State. I'm Alex Gia, and I'm asking for your vote for the office of Attorney General. In reflecting on the values that have driven me to the position in which I find myself now, I'm reminded of the words of Thomas Jefferson. All men are created equal, and they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. The founding of our nation grounded itself in the principle that an equitable government is the superior government. This idea of equality has manifested itself throughout the many eras of the American experiment. Long after Jefferson's time, the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution expanded this idea, entitling Americans to birthright citizenship and due process of law. The recognition of equality among all men continued. Eventually, the work of some of the most noble Americans saw the enactment of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Americans can no longer be discriminated against on the basis of race. Justice was rightfully served to citizens of all origins. Now, despite our historically rich tradition of equality, some rogue actors fail to carry out the great American vision of equal treatment under the law. The most vulnerable among us are subjected to a judicial system that punishes their misfortune. This wicked injustice has no place in our 51st state. Any government in which I hold a position will not remain complacent in the struggle against unequal judicial outcomes. When the scales of justice are slated unequally, I will tip them towards balance. When corruption stifles morality, I will remain upright. When unprincipled bureaucrats bog down the gears of justice, I will commit to the hard work of this vital institution. Diligence is a virtue that is paramount to the office of Attorney General. If you choose to elect me, I vow to remain diligent in the fight for a state that is equally responsive to its entire citizenry. You have got to vote AG for AG.
I would like to introduce Ashton Ode, the National Attorney General candidate. Ashton has served as Pearl Parish District Attorney and voted for the team for prosecutor.
Can you hear me? Good morning, citizens. I want you to imagine a world without law, a broken society teetering on the edge of collapse. From the chaos, man steps up with the purpose of restoring order. I'm Ashton Ode, and I am that man who will build Louisiana Boys State into a place of justice. The 10th Amendment states that the rights not delegated to the federal government go to the states. We live in a country where if I sneeze, the bureaucracy finds me for unlicensed air distribution. As Attorney General, this overreach will not happen. Focus on protecting our state from outside interests that tries to undermine the will of the people. I will lead with an agenda that is based on my experience and the needs of the people. Ideology will not influence me. The decisions I make will be the result of my expertise. My actions will have full transparency. My government will be held accountable regardless of their power on myself and you.
Another pursuit of mine is facing crime head on, partnering with local governments to make policy that is data-driven, stopping violence and disorder in its tracks. Because prevention is our first line of public safety. I'll be swift and decisive in the prosecution of criminals. Not taking a one-size-fits-all approach, but one that addresses the circumstances of the case, providing redemption for some, with zero tolerance for others. Again, the state sovereignty is of utmost importance. I'll protect it by representing the people, leading my department skillfully, protecting, prosecuting passionately and courageously, leading with old values and a new vision, building our state brick by brick. Vote me, Ashton Old, for Louisiana Boys State Attorney General.
Please welcome candidate of Secretary of State, Blonde with the Sauce, King of Mississippi, backbone of the nation, world renewed car fan, man of the people, Evan Barron, Speed himself, Kachuk.
I am Speed. I'm actually Evan Barron. Majority of you now know me as the Lightning McQueen guy, but for today, more importantly, I am your vote for Secretary of State office. If you nationalist gentlemen here would recall, my speech for your candidate vote was me comparing myself to Lightning McQueen. But I'm here to tell you that I've moved on from comparing myself to Lightning McQueen from Cars 1. Because today, I am here to compare myself from Lightning McQueen from Cars 2. You see, in the first movie, McQueen races in the Piston Cup against past opponents. And you see, I won my Piston Cup, which was this specific candidate spot. But now we have made it to Cars 2. You see, in Cars 2, Lightning races in the Grand Prix race. The Grand Prix, for those of you who don't know, is a race with a singular racer from every single country in the world. And although this race is not international, it is the first race this week that is not limited to a singular city, not limited to a singular parish, nor a singular party. This is the Grand Prix of Boys State. And like I just said, I am Lightning McQueen, baby. To establish why I will be your vote, as Secretary of State, I am mediating between the executive office and citizens. I will be the one who informs you of executive orders, legislature, and important announcements coming from the executive office. I'm running on the platform of transparency, as I told you all last night, and I'm going to also build my office in the digitalization of documents for our glorious state, to push for a pure democratic voting system with majority rules thrown out the window. See, what rules to me is the fact that every citizen under my vote of chief of elections gets to have their voice. Everyone has a say. You see, my personal say is that you have to vote me for your new Secretary of State. It is just simple, because lightning always strikes first. Ka-chow.
Next, we have the position for Secretary of State. You may know him as King Kong, or just Kong. He may have lost his voice from chance, but he'll always have our hearts. Now introducing King Kong No.
Good evening, counselors, staff, and more importantly, you guys, my fellow Boys State members. Now, some of you may know me as King Kong, but my name is Kong No, and I'm running for your Secretary of State. I truly believe that we have all learned, built relationships, and enjoyed our time here. Whether it be playing dodgeball, voting on our nominees, or losing our voice chanting, we've all made memories that will be cherished forever. You know, for me, it was the memory of yams. To those who do not know, when a counselor asks for yams, everyone sings, "You Are My Sunshine." Now, although it reminded me of LeBron and it was a simple chant, the sense of unity and community is a feeling like no other. Looking around, all one can see is smiles on another's face. Everyone's saying in harmony, no matter what city, what parish, what party. No one there was the same. yet everyone feels like they belong. One of my main points in my campaign is to represent the people, not by being above them, but by being beside them. By working together and hearing everyone's perspective, I wish to achieve one goal: to use my platform for the betterment of our community. Whether it be promoting voter turnout, making sure polls are fair and effective, or speaking out for the people's behalf, my obligation is to give back to y'all. I want people to know that I'm on your side and that we can succeed in harmony. As secretary, I will listen and support every citizen, every idea, and every plan. Yes, we are all different. Yes, we come from different places. And yes, we believe in different things. Yet, coming together, just like in yams, we can achieve great things in harmony. This isn't about cities, parishes, or parties anymore. Gentlemen, this is about something bigger. This is about the state, our state, Louisiana Boys State. So let's make it a place where we can live in harmony. My name is Calm, and make sure you know you are my sunshine.
Please join me in welcoming a proven leader, a tireless advocate for our communities, a bold voice for progress with a record of service, integrity, and real results. They're ready to help lead our state into a brighter future. Please help me welcome our possible position of Lieutenant Governor, Braden Fonda.
Good morning, my fellow citizens of Boys State. My name is Braden Fonda, and I'm honored to stand before you today as candidate for your next Lieutenant Governor. I'm not just here to run, I'm here to represent you. Every voice matters, and I believe leadership starts with listening. As Lieutenant Governor, my job is to support the governor and step in when needed. But it's also more than that. I want to be your voice in office. I will be a leader who stands with you and works for you, not above you. I'm here to turn your ideas into action and make Boys State a stronger, more united place. One of my top priorities is something that affects us all, our environment and agriculture. I've already authored and passed a bill to launch the Soil Health Restoration Program, the SHRP. This initiative gives students like us a chance to earn community service hours while improving our land. Healthier soil means cleaner spaces, better scenery, and more professional and proud Boys State. When we take better care of our land, we're also building a better future. My mission doesn't stop here. My second goal is unity, breaking down the walls that divide us by parishes and building a state bonded by brotherhood and mutual respect. Leadership isn't just about giving speeches, it's about bringing people together. I've done that before and I'm ready to do it again. As captain of my football and wrestling team, I have an understanding of how to lead people to greatness. At the beginning of summer workouts for football, we were unorganized, undisciplined, and struggling. My coach didn't enforce accountability, so I stepped up. I started holding my teammates to a higher standard, not by yelling, but by encouraging them to be better. It wasn't easy at first, but slowly they began showing up early. One of my teammates who never come to practice finally showed up, and in that moment I knew I had made a difference. That's leadership. That's what I want to bring to Boys State. I know that if I'm elected as your Lieutenant Governor, Boys State will become a fun, exciting place where we're not divided by parishes anymore. We will become one state united by brotherhood and unity. I want to thank all of you sitting in front of me, every single citizen in white. I cannot wait to hear out each and every one of you to help me make this community better. The only way to go is with Fonda. Vote Braden Fonda for Lieutenant Governor. Thank you, and God bless you all.
From Canerico, Louisiana, and Kane Parish, please welcome your Lieutenant Governor candidate, Cayman George.
Good evening, everyone. Right now, I want to thank God for the position I'm in right now. Let me speak to all y'all. I really appreciate everything. My name is Cayman George, and I'm standing here today because I believe in something bigger than just titles and position. I believe in the people, and I believe in real leadership starts with values, and I hold 5 core values that's deep within me. effort. It means give me your best, always. Not just when it's easy, but when it's hard to. Not giving 100%, not giving 110%, but all your 200%. Integrity means not backing down when things get hard. Life throws challenges at everybody, all of us. But real strength shows when you stand tall, push forward, and refuse to quit. Discipline is about doing what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to be done. And even when nobody's looking, when it comes to that, that comes when it's to the JCs, PCs, anybody who's above you. And commitment. I mean, standing till the job is done. I'm not here for a quick or easy one. I want to work for this. I want to be there for the people. I want to get your honest and genuine vote. And I believe I have strong character. And strong character isn't just being likable. It's about your thoughts, your priorities, and your habits on a day-to-day basis. But now that you know a little bit about me, here's what I'm going to do for all of you. As Lieutenant Governor, my job is to protect, serve, and lead the greatest 51st state. But also, my duty is to be the backbone, the relief pitcher, the tag team partner for the governor. The governor can't adhere to everyone all at once. This is why I'm going to take on the burden whenever duty calls my name. And when it does, I ensure all of you that will just be phenomenal, if not better than the governor. I said it once before, and I'm going to say it again. I'm not here just to have a title. I'm here to serve my whole state. Right now, I stand beside you. I want to fight for you. I want to hold people accountable to the greater standard that I want to set. I want to leave things way better than we found it. And right now, I want to make more leaders, not just be a leader and boss y'all around. I want to end up making more leaders when it comes to me being elected as Lieutenant Governor. I've said this multiple times in multiple speeches, so I'm going to say it one more time. Let me be your microphone. Everybody knows what a microphone do, right? You speak into it and it makes you get louder, it makes you be heard. Tell me your ideas, tell me your opinions, tell me how you feel about everything, and I'm gonna make sure all your opinions, all your ideas get heard and make sure that it's respected and get good opinions on it. Because your voice matters. Every voice in this state matters. Whenever you speak loud, soft, or talk with a stutter, you see me, I stutter a little bit. But right now, when it comes to something passionate, I'm gonna always give my 200%. Whenever it's writing bills, passing bills, writing ordinances, and just talking to y'all, trying to, get y'all to be for me. Right now, I'm giving y'all my full 200%, and I really appreciate y'all. Right now, I want to leave y'all with this one quote from Andrew Carnegie. Leadership isn't about leading and gaining followers. It's about making more leaders to step up. I appreciate y'all for your time. Thank y'all. Vote me as your next Lieutenant Governor. Thank y'all.
PPC from Overflying, Sam Huntswood. I talked to the governor about this guy. He said he was a great guy. He's very proud of being here. Welcome, Sam.
Good morning, fellow citizens. To begin, I'd like each of you to ask yourself a question. When was the last time you were truly moved by a speech? I can tell you the last time that I was. Gentlemen, last night I was blessed by the words of a man who fundamentally grasps what it means to understand the people. After 5 long days of crafting speeches, guarding mascots, and screaming at the very top of his lungs, one man rallied his tired troops in the lobby of the 3rd floor. One man rallied his troops to such an extent that grown men were brought to tears. Citizens of Louisiana Boys State, prepare your tissues, as it is my honor to introduce Mr. Joshua Lowe.
Good morning, Louisiana Boys State. I know I'm usually louder than this, but I want to tell you all about a man who left the largest impact in my life. A man who set the blueprint for me to follow to build myself. A man who truly embodied what it meant to be a father. And that man is my father. I've explained the tattoo on my left arm to many of you here, but many of you have not heard his story. My dad, a true Southern man, was incredible. The drive, devotion, and passion I have without a doubt were passed to me from him. This man was a diabetic with stage 4 kidney disease, an amputee living the last year of his life, unable to walk, drive, or even sit down in his chair without exerting himself to his limit. Despite this, he lived for my family. This man was in a wheelchair, unable to even bathe himself. And I would come home to him sweeping the floors, cooking dinner, trying his hardest to do yard work. Despite this, I was a snobby kid that never understood true self-sacrifice. One day, that understanding hit me like a truck. I come home from school. I sit down in my bed, I eat a snack. Next thing I know, my mom and my brother walked in, early home from work, sat me down and told me, "Joshua, your daddy passed away today." My world was lost. My world was shattered. My world, I don't think it even existed anymore. From that day forward, I realized something. I need to rebuild my world. My dad, my absolute hero, taught me exactly what it meant to be a man. I know as these words echo from my mouth, he's listening to every single one. This program has changed me. I cried last night. I truly cried. Because Boys State gave me what I was missing. For so long, my father's death has left me with one goal. Be the man your dad was. Here, in the third floor of my parish lounge, with countless men I've known for less than a week, sobbing in my arms while I wept with them, I realized I've always been the man he was. Boys State just proved that. Boys State just rekindled my fire. Boys State just put me up here as governor for a damn good reason. My father, legless and unable to walk, did as much as he could for his family. Every single man here is my family. I'm going to dedicate myself to ensure that my family will never drive on another rocky road. My family will never worry about going hungry again. My family will never worry about facing the horrific discrimination that is laid within far too many people who don't understand that color means nothing. As your governor, I will always listen to your voice. As your governor, I will always fight for each of your beautiful, meaningful, incredibly valuable lives. As your governor, I will show every person here what it truly means to be all of you. I'm willing to serve you, my absolute brotherhood, from the flowers that bloomed on my arm in memory of my father, to now the love I have for each and every one of you. Now I am ready to be the glue for all of us. From blue to red, we will stick together. Bipartisanship is what we need. We live together. We breathe together. We will rule our 51st state together. Because I see past the parish lines, past the party lines, past any separation of us. And I will recognize the voices of all. As the cacophony of blue and red hits me, I will listen to a beautiful purple symphony. I am ready to be your God-blessed governor. I hope you are too. Thank you.
Well, I would love to introduce our governor. That's just not a position that sits right for me. So I believe the CP for our governor should be the best candidate. Garrison Cass, may you come up.
Boys State. Coming in at a towering 6'5", weighing 225 pounds. Our dominant left tackle, ready to defend his people. He talks with a twang, but walks in fame. Raised on country roads and hard work. Please welcome our hometown hero from Spring Hill, Louisiana, Hudson Smith.
Good morning. Federalists, Nationalists, Boys State. My name is Hudson Smith, and I would be honored to be your governor. I'm from a tightly knit community in northwest Louisiana called Spring Hill. There, my family has taught me the core values that a leader needs: clarity and fortitude. I have deep Louisiana roots going back several generations, and my blood runs purple and gold. I'm proud to speak to you not just as a citizen, but as a Louisianan who's had to dodge enough potholes to qualify for an off-road driver's license. Boys State, our infrastructure needs help. Our roads are cracked, our bridges seem ancient, and our drainage systems often cannot keep up with an average rainstorm, let alone a hurricane. And the worst part, this has become a normal part of our lives. In fact, earlier this week, I heard a fellow citizen describe how his parish had declared a state of emergency because of the number of unsafe bridges they have. Many of you have experienced the exact same thing. Nearly 100 years ago, Louisiana's lack of roads and bridges kept its citizens from living up to their full potential and stripped them of their opportunities. This issue created great division in the state and kept people from participating in a united democracy. And then a young man from rural North Louisiana took the burden of responsibility to bring its people together. Huey P. Long offered vision, a strength of will, and most importantly, unity. He saw Louisiana's infrastructural needs, and he went to work paving the way to bring its people together for the first time. Nearly a century later, failed leadership has put us in the same situation, a fractured and broken state. Today, our state needs exactly what it needed nearly a century ago: a leader with the same qualities to offer that vision and strength of Huey offered all that time ago. I'm here to fill the cracks that divide us, not for one parish or one party, but for one Louisiana Boys State. I can't fix these roads myself. I need your help and your vote. Together, we will remove obstacles and build bridges to unify our people once again. Vote for Hudson Smith. Let's pave the way to a bright future. God bless Louisiana Boys State, and go Tigers.
Very shortly, it's going to be time to decide those candidates. We'll give you instructions on the voting process, and even an opportunity to register to vote very shortly. I want to leave you with one parting message. I told you time and time again that the strongest power you have in this country is the vote that you cast, the vote that you don't cast on election day. There's one man, one citizen, and one vote. Both of those come with one opportunity to decide who represents all of you. Don't get me wrong, voting is a right, but it's also your responsibility. Without effective leaders being held accountable for other people's vote, our government, and truly our way of life, will just crumble. I'm going to dismiss our candidates back to their parishes. We'll give you instructions to vote here very shortly.